The 1960s marked the dawn of African independence, a time of hope, liberation, and self-determination. But as the old colonial empires retreated, a new threat emerged: neo-colonialism, the continued control of African nations through economic pressure, political manipulation, and covert operations. Across the continent, visionary leaders rose to defend true independence. Many paid the ultimate price. Today, we remember 3 African leaders who stood against this hidden empire and were silenced by assassination. Sylvanus Olympio became Togo's first president after independence from France in 1960. A nationalist and economist, he envisioned a self-reliant Togo, free from foreign military and economic dominance. But Olympio's refusal to align with former colonial powers made him a marked man. He refused to integrate Togo into the French-backed CFA franc zone, seeking instead to establish an independent Togolese currency. He also refused to absorb French-trained Togolese soldiers who had served under colonial command into his new national army, fearing they could undermine civilian rule. On January 13, 1963, a group of those very soldiers, led by Sergeant Etienne Eyadema, later president, stormed his home in Lomé. Olympio was shot dead at his gate. His vision of true independence and rejection of neo-colonial control cost him his life. Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was Nigeria's first prime minister after independence in 1960. Known as the Golden Voice of Africa, he sought to keep Nigeria united, independent, and respected internationally. Balewa championed African unity, supported Pan-African cooperation, and warned against foreign interference in the continent's politics. But Nigeria's deep ethnic and regional divisions, many of them worsened by colonial divide and rule policies, created a fragile state. On January 15, 1966, military officers frustrated with corruption and regional tension launched a coup. Balewa was abducted and later killed, his body found days later by the roadside. While the coup had internal roots, historians argue that foreign interests benefited from his removal, as Balewa resisted dependence on Western powers and sought non-alignment during the Cold War. His assassination symbolized the collapse of post-colonial unity and the rise of instability that would haunt Nigeria for decades. Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Sardauna of Sokoto, was premier of northern Nigeria and a key figure in shaping post-independence governance. A proud nationalist, Bello worked to modernize the North while maintaining its cultural identity. He sought to reduce dependency on Britain and warned of neo-colonial domination through economic control and political manipulation. On January 15, 1966, during the same coup that claimed Balewa's life, Bello was assassinated at his home in Kaduna. To his followers, Bello's death was not just a political tragedy. It was an attack on Nigeria's fragile unity and on leaders who sought to build independence on African terms rather than Western designs. Sylvanus Olympio, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello. 3 men, 2 nations, 1 shared dream. An Africa truly free, not only in flag and anthem, but in economy and destiny. Their assassinations remind us that independence is not a date in history. It is a continuous struggle.